Okay, we're back. ExerciseBay.com, Results Plus Personal Training, Hamden, Connecticut, in the home of Fit Pro Personal Training School. We have 3 students here: Vladimir, who's also an employee here, one of the trainers at Results Plus, and Terry and Justina. Vladimir is going to demonstrate a progression. We've obviously established the ability of someone to do a basic tricep pressing movement up from the ground. We're putting it on a little incline, making it a little easier, so the force analysis is a little different. And Vladimir is going to go through the progressions, the exact cadence I think this should be performed. Slow, rhythmic, and strict. We do not put our hands on medicine balls here, okay? By transitioning from center left to right, okay, and trying to maintain core stabilization throughout this exercise is hard enough on the neurological system. We don't have to add a ball under our hand and make it even worse. It's too much from the neuron pool. It also puts a lot of stress in your wrist, and it's not a stable position. I personally feel it has really no carryover to anything we really do in sports as well. So we're going to go through this, Vladimir. Starting in a plank position, we're doing a press. So we're doing a tricep press. Come on up. We're transitioning off any side of the choice, slow, strict. Okay, this one a little slower for the first time around, just so you can see the progression. Notice his feet just pivot, they don't move. Hips are down, tricep, transition, back to the ground, tricep, come on up. Okay, now we're going to start back in that starting position. We're going to show Terry and Justina and myself a little faster, a little more athletic. We're going to move a little quicker. Go ahead. Okay. Yep. Press right up, right down. One more. Transition. Notice the hands. Take your time and relax. Perfect. Come on up.
Go. Perfect. Head's in neutral position. Tricep push-up. Excellent. Nice straight plank position. You could go a little wider on your feet if it's a little too hard. There you go. Perfect. Nice. Very nice. Good job. Press up. Good.
Come on, come with me. Good.
Press up. One more time to the side.
Obviously you can see
Very
she has
nice.
the ability to hold that posture.
Perfect. You're all set. From here we're going to come over and do some tricep pull downs. So we're going to stand towards the machine. A little athletic stance, bend in the knees. What you're going to do is you're going to pull down, plant those elbows to your sides. Don't move them. Let it come up and back down. Have you got it?
So,
come a little bit closer to the machine.
Closer?
Yep, there you go. Come a little closer. Nice. Pull down. Keep those elbows planted right here. Up. Good. And back down. Back as far as you can. Good. Without bending the wrist. Perfect. And down. Good. Make sure you're breathing. Nice. How's it feel? How's the weight?
It's okay.
Okay. We're going to go 3 more. 3, 2, your shoulders are perfect. Nice. 1 more. Very nice. Now we're going to do a bicep curl. Okay? Again, athletic stance. You want to make sure that your elbows are on your sides. Pull up. We're going to do a 3 up. 1, 2, 3. 3 down. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Come a little closer.
Closer?
Yep. Good. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Nice. When you come down, try to get it all the way down. Perfect. Now back up. 2, 3.
I feel like I'm losing the resistance a little on the bottom.
Okay.
Should I step back?
You
or-
should step back a little bit, because the resistance is how far back or forward you are.
Okay.
So the closer you are, the easier it's going to be. 2, 3. Nice. Down. 2, 3. Good. Perfect. And down. One more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Down. 2, 3. Very good.
Okay, just an assessment. Terry picked 3 exercises. We did that. You saw that progression here on the step, where they went from one side to another. And what we did is, when you talk about orthokinematics, when the joints have a relationship with one another, she basically went through a press. Okay, we don't want to bring our arms out and go into that horizontal shoulder reduction. We're not doing a chest press movement here. So we're just pulling in from here, a basic press movement. Okay, elbow extension. Okay, she's maintaining that plank exercise. She transitioned perfectly from side to side. As a trainer, what are we looking for? You can maintain the lumbopelvic hip complex stability. The hips don't go up like they do in a plank. The head doesn't go forward, because then you're going to get that rounding and you're going to lose that postural effect that in the thoracic spine as well. Okay, so a straight spine is a weak spine, so we don't want to round the back out or have the chin drop. Okay, now this exercise is predominantly elbow extension, so it's tricep. So here's my assessment for Terry. She went from a very demanding exercise in regards to working all 3 heads of the tricep and stabilizing, because you have to have a strong rotator cuff to transition from side to side. So you're pre-exhausted in that tricep region. Went right to triceps. Okay? So I would have just changed the sequence. Rather than going right to a tricep exercise, coming off that being pre-exhausted, I probably went into the biceps first to do the opposing muscle group. So that reciprocal inhibition, it's called. Okay, so obviously we do an elbow extension concentrically. We turn, we neurologically shut off and elongate the opposing muscle group. You know, so the agonist, antagonist. So the tricep is in agony over there. Okay, you come out of there, you do the bicep, let the bicep be in agony. And then you basically have set the stage and became stronger when you come back into the tricep. So tricep, bicep, tricep. Okay. They won't burn out as quickly. Okay. A few other things. Let's go over the tricep for a second. Let's get back in here. Okay, so get in position. Okay, a couple things I'm looking for is this. Push straight down for me for a second. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into 90 degrees of elbow flexion. Just come on up, and can you just pause right there? What we're looking for when we're talking about functional hypertrophy, you want to basically put as much regional emphasis in this tricep, is that this load line is exactly parallel to the humerus. Okay, so if you step back for me, just to give you a visual, okay, stay there for a second, keep your arms by your side, and just hold that 90 degrees. You have a load line going this way. Terry, we went over this. And then look at the load line here. Can you hand me that other stick for a minute? So you have a load line coming this way. And I see this a lot in the facilities. I see a lot of trainers do this. Look at the 2 different oppositions here. Okay? Think about body position, path of motion, plane of motion. When you talk about engineering and biomechanics and what happens, what force does, what this force is really doing is pulling her arms forward. So she's trying to stabilize by keeping this down here. If we move in, all of a sudden you see these 2 paths become parallel to one another. Now she's in direct opposition, which is far more beneficial for the goal of elbow extension, tricep. Another thing, you see this a lot. Come on up. They stop short and then you get a little anterior. You see that? Okay, so what we want to do is just come up. Again, there's no such thing as full range of motion. It's how far can you control the load. Come on up, extend down, hold, come on up slowly. You could go as high as you want. There is no limit here as long as you don't see this move. Can you go a little higher? There's nothing wrong with that. Look, she's still alive. Straight down. So that's your best way to perform the elbow extension. We look at those planes. We look at the load line here. Is it in the same plane as the humerus? Okay, so relax 1 second. Terry, come on over here. Put your arm out like this, like you're doing a bicep curl. I want you to face the students here. Okay. In elbow flexion, when we resist elbow flexion, she's doing a bicep curl. Okay. I don't want you to think this elbow goes through many ranges of motion. We're going to prove it right now. Put your thumb up for me. I want you to look at where the thumb is going to dictate where the resistance and the load is coming from. So here, the resistance as she pulls up is coming from behind here. Okay, she's starting to flex. From here, okay, she's down here, resistance is here. She starts to flex higher. Now the resistance is here. She flexes higher. Look where the resistance is coming. Now she's in direct opposition. Okay, as she comes here, look where the resistance is. It's coming from there. Okay. So, based on that fact, we're going to see if we can play a little bit with the resistance of the tubes. So, come on over here. Let's see, because you did the exercise.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a blue tube, which I think is a little too heavy, in my opinion. Come on in a little. We're going to put the blue tube in direct opposition. So when she's in 90 degrees of elbow flexion, she's at her strongest position, okay, and she has the heaviest load, so to speak. Okay, now I have 2 more loads. I have a double tube here. I'm going to hand her those double tubes. I'm going to have you put your arms by your side.
So, just let me know within like 5 minutes. Okay, thanks.
Okay, that's what we're looking for. So look at the initiation here. As she starts to pull, watch the role reversal in the cable. This cable is activated. As she starts to pull higher, watch the thumb. I'm going to show you that thumb, the thumb up. Now it's this cable. And as she comes and finishes her range of motion, it's obviously the blue tube. So she has all this direction of resistance, slow and pull. Good, slow and pull. Good. Nice and easy, slow and pull. So we're adding other elements and other forms of resistance so we catch it at every single angle, every single level. Okay, just an idea, just a thought that I want you to think about when you're doing a bicep curl rather than just a single tube. Okay, you can take a few tubes, tie them up, use anchors. One of the things that I'd like to note, Terry, you know this, we went over this the other day. If you're gonna, look at my foot for 1 second. If you're gonna use a tube with someone, never do this, okay? Because what's gonna happen is, as a trainer, she's going through the motions, and God forbid, this tube slips and comes off my foot. So I recommend you could hold it and anchor it, but always have one foot in front.
So if it does slip, it's going to hit the trainer.
Yep. So if it does slip out, here we go. We're going to watch that tube. It hits me, and it doesn't go into the client.